So first things first, we have Big Ass Pro Derby ahead of us. We're awaiting the results on that. Spoiler, we're gonna win. Number two, we have a very hectic week in training. Baby Sharks are gonna go into communication training. So we have about a week dedicated to managing the communication, client-facing communication for our Baby Sharks. But I know Jen has very cool things also.
Yes, actually, I'm pretty sure that you guys remember that in one of the previous episodes, we had our Q2 kickoff meeting. This week, we're going to have a follow-up to see where we stand, what's the completion rate on the projects that we outlined there, now that Q3 is around the corner.
And that is gonna be our week. And I get to work with Jen a lot, but this week is gonna be more of that because again, there's an L&D and fulfillment of joint efforts and getting those certifications, getting those clients. I just think it's gonna be a pretty hectic and interesting week here at White Shark Media under the surface. Episode
17.
17.
We just enrolled again in another Google Ads Champions Week. So the Google Ads Champions Week, it's a program that's developed by Google Ads where Google partners can opt in to join a series of webinar about a specific topic. So in this case, we just wrapped up a webinar about scripts in Google Ads, which can help us improve the account automation and the account performance. As White Shark Media, we're always trying to look for new innovative ways to manage our accounts and improve performance. It was pretty interesting, and we're actually going to start implementing some of these practices that we just learned today.
We just wrapped up our weekly IT department meeting. Basically, we cover things like security incidents and making sure that our systems are up and running. We do surveys with our team members to make sure that their computers are up to par, etc. We have a couple of projects for this year. We need to improve our network infrastructure, so that's something that we're looking into and getting quotes. We're very excited to make that change. And those are kind of the type of topics that we cover in this meeting. One of the main goals of this meeting is to make sure that we're really on schedule with our initiatives. You know, we get together once a week to make sure that there are no roadblocks that are stopping us, to make sure that any issues that arose the week before or that we need to look out for, we cover it during this meeting as well.
Google.com? I thought Microsoft.
Okay, so I'm 200% now. I'm 200% sure that we're gonna win this thing because we have only one thing where we're down by, I don't know, a ridiculous low amount. So we still have some people that aren't going to get certified and that are guaranteed to have great scores. So I don't know if confidence is the right word, but yeah, Sharks are not known for being humble, so we're winning this thing. And next time, as I said it before, you're gonna see me in this video. The only difference is I'm gonna be holding the Big Ass Pro Derby trophy, guaranteed.
So you're calling me?
Yeah, I'm calling you.
Hello?
Hey Frank, this is Mary from White Shark Media.
About time you called.
Sorry Frank, I was just trying to catch up on some things that I want to present you. If this is a good time for you.
I'll save you time. Just cancel my account. I'm tired of having these conversations. I'm wasting my money. I'm tired of talking to you. You always say the same things over and over. I talk to your manager.
I'm very sorry to hear this, Frank, but I do actually really care about your account, the performance of your campaign and actually getting you results. If we can create.
Haven't you tried like 10 different approaches already?
Uh,
So you want to start everything from scratch?
We can perform a better campaign, so we can.
I don't want a better campaign. I want more money. Can you guarantee that?
Yes, we will link.
So you'll put it in writing. So you're gonna send me an email right now saying that you guarantee that this new POA of yours that you know you've had like 15 of these, I don't know why, is gonna get me more money. Can you put that in writing? Value. You know, what's the value of your time, of the work you're doing, the results that you're generating, the results that you could generate. And if you're not, then what are you gonna do? It's fine, yeah, you can send a POA, but if it's a client that's been with us for a year and transitioned 2 or 3 times, yeah, they've heard the POA story before. Every time they get a new strategist. You just sound like you didn't do your research or your homework with the guy before you if it's a transition. If it's a new client, they'll just say, haven't you been managing the account for a year? So after a year, I bitch at you, say I'm gonna cancel, and you say that you're gonna do a POA now? Are you even working for me? Don't set yourself up for those questions. Don't ask a client the quality of the calls if you haven't listened to the calls. Because that can come up. You know, if you have access to the calls, you don't have to listen to all the calls. So you can just from time to time pick up a couple, then get an idea how they're doing, and then bring that back up.
I understand that can brought up the quality of the calls and you're not listening to them.
The longest conversations give you an idea if it's relevant or not. If you only have 2 long calls and the rest are all like 1 minute, half a minute, and it's not a service, it's actually a product, then you know it's not service. So even without listening, you can kind of get a grasp of the quality of things that are coming through. But you always have to keep that in mind, and that you need to have ready, because that you can. You know, if you have visibility on what's wrong, you should be ready before you jump on the phone. Don't set yourself up.
Be on top of it.
Yes, don't set yourself up on those things.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to get caught exactly like that. You know, with the why haven't you listened?
What if the client doesn't want to put like the actual price in the ad?
Is the client a PPC expert?
No.
Then you explain to the client the value of adding the price there. As you just saw in there, as part of the training program, we like to do some role-playing sessions with the baby sharks. To put them on the spot, we actually present situations where they're going to be faced with objections, uncomfortable questions, things that happen from time to time with clients and partners, and that they need to prepare for. These are extremely fun sessions. We get to see their character, how they react in front of something they're not expecting, and also how they answer questions that they're not really prepared to answer. So it was a fun session. They did very well. No one broke. So that was surprising, and we're excited to see how it's going to be next week.
We just finished another session with the team, and we were just going over the proposals that we worked last week. It was amazing. We were trying to, come up with different approaches on how do we prepare the right strategy for a particular business. And for those of you who don't know, proposals are just sales collateral. Well, basically, it's just a document that we prepare for our partners to help them pitch a solution. That would be Google Ads, any of the campaigns, Microsoft advertising, and basically we just create a tailored strategy to the end advertiser that they want to pitch this opportunity to, and include budget recommendations. So we're happy to announce that, for example, last week we just closed a deal of $50K. So it's amazing. Yay to the team. I love them. They're great. And you might be able to, take a peek of how do we create proposals in the next couple of videos. So just stay tuned and make sure that, you just follow us.
So we just met with all the department leaders here at White Shark Media. We were able to tackle sales strategy, processes, and we identified all of these opportunities in this meeting. And I'm very excited to see that we will be meeting once a month just to make sure that we keep this interdepartment communication, as is extremely important to be more unified as a company.
Came off of a meeting with the guys from marketing and also with a couple of the folks from L&D. We were just going over some notes. We have release time in July 1st, so we just want to make sure we have everything ready for people to be able to sign up automatically. When they go to the website and they choose the application that they like and they fill out the form and they provide their information, that they're able to actually get their account right away without having to go through the hoops of asking for access and getting somebody to look into it and then create their account for them, etc. So just a very smooth, seamless process. So that's what we're going over. So I think, Georgina, we have a couple steps to go work on. And that's what we're gonna head into right now. So great meeting, and look forward to seeing everybody sign up and getting a lot of users.
Because in some browsers, if you don't have an SSL certificate, it will tell you, como que the site that you're about to go into is not secure, or something like that. So that can actually drive some people away from going into your site. What happens when you get a site that's complicated in structure? Don't be afraid to have the ugly baby conversation, where it's like, hey, your site lacks X, Y, or I would recommend, based off the competitor research I did, that you would implement these best practices on your site. Right? Started with the SSL certificate for your site, so it says that it's secure. So I'm treating myself to some coffee just to close the week, and pretty excited about the results for the Bing Ads Pro Derby. We're waiting on those. We closed the week, so really strong, a lot of certifications, a lot of courses, and well, it's just gonna be a confirmation of us winning that and taking the trophy home, but most importantly, we're gonna be able to make a contribution, a donation to a charity, and that's what matters the most. Another week of new hire Baby Shark training. We focused a lot on communication this week. We did role plays, email communication, and a lot of things that have to do with how we actually present the results of pay-per-click campaigns to our most valued thing in this company, which are our partners and our clients. Just looking forward again to the results next week, and I'm just glad to wrap another successful week here in White Shark Media. And next time I see you, as I said before, we'll have a Pro Derby trophy and a lot more things to talk about when it comes to learning and development. So until then, cheers.